There are certainly still plenty of working journalists, and I should say that I suppose I am still a working journalist. I write a weekly column for the West Australian's Saturday magazine, which is called Play, about books, and I interview authors. But you're right that it has changed a great deal in the time that I've been involved with it. The kind of scope of things that journalists are expected to be able to do now has changed so much. You know, it's not just writing and editing and kind of putting things in the newspaper. It's also, you know, being able to publish across a whole range of digital platforms, but then also taking photos and being on camera and doing videos and you know, doing events with readers and all kinds of things, you know, that I wouldn't have envisaged myself doing, you know, when I started out in journalism when I was about 20 or 21. So it has become very different, and there's a need, yeah, to be very adaptable to all those changes as well.
Yeah, for sure. And with things like book talk and people reviewing books and such all the time, what does that look like from a journalist's point of view?
People will often ask me after I've read something, was it good? Which I think is a really natural question and certainly something I want to know, but I think also not necessarily from my perspective the most interesting question I could ask about a book. Obviously our engagement with books and our opinions of books are always subjective. The kinds of questions I try to ask when I'm reviewing, whether it's for the newspaper or other outlets that I write for. What is this book and this author trying to do here? How well are they achieving that? How does it, you know, reflect maybe the context that it's arising from and the you know, things that are going on in our culture? So those are, you know, the kinds of things I'm usually thinking about. But you know, also obviously don't always get a chance to talk about all of those things because, as I mentioned, space is kind of a diminishing commodity for reviewers these days.
Well, this is not a diminishing space. So, what is maybe a book you've recently reviewed or something you've read personally that you really enjoyed that you would like? Can you tell us a little bit about that and how it answers some of those interesting questions? Give yourself the space.
One book that I read and reviewed recently, which I thought was just really fantastic, was Personal Score by Ellen van Neerven. It's Ellen's first kind of full-length non-fiction book, kind of mixes poetry, which is I guess the mediums they're most known for, with, you know, memoir and sort of cultural criticism, and it's about sport in Australia, but kind of coming at sport as a lens through which to view all kinds of other things. So, you know, their identity as a First Nations person, their identity as a non-binary person, and how they can, you know, able to fit into, you know, a very sort of binary gendered space, their identity as a queer person, and kind of sort of tracking their development through the importance and the significance of sport, and particularly soccer, in their life. And obviously, you know, that really speaks to, I think, a wider cultural moment, you know, with the Women's World Cup, which has been so embraced, which has been really wonderful, and also just a lot of the kind of broader cultural conversations we're having, you know, around the kind of role of First Nations people in Australia, and sort of you know, conversations around gender and all these kind of things. So it's just a really, really fantastic book, and I mean, I really admire Ellen's work a great deal. So yes, I was very pleased to be able to spend some time with it and share it with readers as well.